Kurtis Gabriel. I think this is an interesting talking point because it's been a while since the Leafs had a player like that. I'll ask you the $1 million briefcase question. Does Kurtis Gabriel make the team?
That's really tough because before watching this game, I would have said no.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that guy who says I don't know, but I really still think that he's a bubble guy. Like I'm not going to like I said, I'm not going to jump to any conclusions after watching one game, but from what I saw out there, this guy was shot out of a cannon. He was running into guys. He got into a fight. He scored that goal. I mean, it was an awful giveaway, but a goal's a goal, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, he looked solid. He really did. And obviously, if he's going to make the team, he's going to be in a fourth line role. He's going to be what we thought Wayne Simmons was going to be last season. And I think what upset Leaf fans about Wayne Simmons in particular was that we didn't see that from a game-to-game basis where he was throwing his weight around, chipping in offensively. There was a little spurt for Wayne Simmons last year, if you want to call it a 10-15 game stretch where he looked like the Wayne Simmons we thought we were going to get. But I thought Kurtis Gabriel flashed a lot of those same qualities in this first preseason game. So you know what, Lepore? Okay, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm gonna say, you know what? Screw it. He makes the team.
Yeah.
Based on what I saw in that first game.
To your point, I think that's why he does make the team, because with the role Simmons plays, like that's a lot. Like that's a lot to do game in, game out. So like I see Gabriel being a guy who's like a healthy scratch often. And if Simmons is, if they scratch Simmons or they just put him in the line, put the two of them in the lineup, but just to take some of that pressure off Simmons, like I think that's something that doesn't get talked about enough, man. Like there's pressure on goal scorers, there's pressure on goalies, there's pressure on defensemen, but when you are expected to be that 100-mile-an-hour guy hitting and occasionally fighting, that's a lot, man. Like that's a lot of pressure to put on a guy. So that's why I see Gabriel making the team. And I guess to sum it up too, I think it was Steve Dangle who said this actually. He said, why'd you give him a shot? Like, did you get him to put him with the Marlies? Like, I don't know. Like, so like in his perspective, he thought, yeah, for that reason, he's on the team, but he's at least going to get his chance. And like, I think that's kind of the case with all these guys who have been brought in the offseason. They all kind of have a reason that's pretty obvious that they'll be given a chance. Like Ho-Sang's talent, Gabriel's style of play, Kasha and Kampf, like support on the wing. So like guys will get their chance. But no, I think Gabriel, man, like I wouldn't be shocked if he's in the opening night lineup.
Yeah, and another point you brought up, even with Simmons, is like it takes a toll on these guys, and especially now that we're going back to an 82 game season,
right?
Yeah, for that type of player to play that role night in and night out, where you're expected to be that physical spark plug, that emotional spark plug. Like I don't think Wayne Simmons is going to play 82 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some point, I'm not going to say the guy's going to suffer some significant injury, but he's going to get banged up throughout the season. And it would be nice to have a guy like Kurtis Gabriel where they can kind of split that responsibility. So, yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to play out here. We're going to see Kurtis Gabriel get into another game here coming up, and we'll be able to evaluate him from that performance as well. But based on that first game, man, he definitely looked pretty good. And I think he opened the eyes of a lot of people across Leafs Nation.
Speaking of Leafs Nation, I kind of thought, like, as he was playing in the style he plays, a lot of Leafs fans have had that thing in their brain of the Leafs owe me an apology. Like, this organization has to, like, gain my trust back or give me a reason to root for them. Sounds kind of cheesy, but sometimes a player like that will do that. Like opening night, huge hit, gets in a fight, like that'll start chants, that'll get people dialed in again. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, and especially with the fans back as well. Right. That's a guy that will thrive in a building with 20,000 fans. So yeah, definitely a lot of positive things from Kurtis Gabriel.